Good morning, trading world. It is October 25th, 2022, 8:18 a.m. on the East Coast, and this is my pre-market outlook and technical analysis for day trading the markets. Most traders are on bated breath waiting for after-hours earnings from Google, Microsoft, and a host of other tech stocks. I myself, I'm looking probably what's going to be more important, earnings at UPS, but what's more important than the earnings at UPS is going to be the guidance call, which is going to give us some good insight into the consumer and growth indirectly, and kind of give us a heads up before the jobs report or before any of these other consumer things that the government is doing. Gives us better insight into that before the government can really adjust numbers. So I was really looking to make it for the SPY to make it to 382 level for a decent overnight or multi-day short on the way to the 387, 394 area. In my opinion, we get a pullback midweek and then a huge pop again on Friday. Both Google and Microsoft are close to levels of overbought on short-term time frames, which support the thesis for a midweek pullback in the broader markets. But these are news events, which could be binary events, which means if news is good, we could get an explosive outcome to the upside, or if bad news means explosive outcome to the downside. So let's get into the key levels for the day. All right, here we are back with the key levels to watch for the day. Starting on the support side, we have our jack support at 376 to the 375 area. And then our queen support is 374 to the 373 area. And then king support 372 to the 368 area. On the resistance side, we have our jack resistance at 378 to the 379 level. Queen resistance 380 to the 381 area. And then king resistance, which is going to be a large area, 382 to the 387 area. The main thesis is bullish, closing above the 378.87 with a projected target high of between 379 and 387. Alternate thesis is bearish, closing below the 378.87 with a projected target low of between 378 and 368. The current major channel we are in is 364 all the way up to 379. The major channel above is 379 up to 397. We do have dissonance between the technical side, which is bearish, and the quant side, which is bullish. Market strength and order flow has a little hangover just above where we left off from yesterday, which gives us some room to grind up a little more today. The hourly and 4-hour chart will be key today. This brings us into the scenarios of the day. Give me a moment to bring up the first scenario. All right, here we have our first scenario, which is going to be our expanded range day structure. We could have an initial drop lower, find support, and chop back and forth before grinding back to the upside at some point. Maybe twice today. But as we grind up, one thing to notice that as it's going to be a pretty much grind to the upside, but the bars that bring us down are going to probably be very quick and swift, maybe half the bars that it takes us to get to the upper boundaries that we reach. So that's one thing to kind of look out for and be careful, because I'm believing that the downside activity is going to be quite swift when it does happen. All right, our second scenario is going to be our rounded reversal day type structure. We could get a continued push lower toward the jack or queen support area, find our midday chop around either that queen or king support before spending the same energy we use going down to go back up the second half of the day. Also want to make you aware of the vice versa alert, and that just gives us the opposite price action, whereas instead of getting that continued push lower, we get a continued push higher, and we would find our midday chop around either the possible jack or queen resistance level. And then with the same amount of force and energy we came up with, we would use that same force to go down with the second half of the day. So that is the vice versa alert on the rounded reversal day type structure. And here we are with the last scenario, which is our trend day down, meaning we would have to open gap down from the previous close represented by the blue line. We start with a pop after the cash open back toward that previous close. Then we find resistance on or before that previous close and begin the downtrend for the day, better known as our golden window or the best time to trade. We find midday chop around either the possible queen or king support area. And not always, but a lot of times we do start off the second half of the day with a head fake looking to continue the primary morning trend for a bit. And then often, but not always, we do get a kind of rally or pop back into the close if we're on a downtrend day. So those are the scenarios that I will be on the lookout for today. As always, your most important job as a trader is to protect the capital that you already have, and we do that by knowing and understanding the risk that we have on in each position and managing that risk in accordance to our account size. As always, I hope this helps. Wishing you a positive trading day. Let's go out and make it a great one.